Welcome back to MSG PM, presented by 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven, take it to 11. I'm Kazeem Famuyide. This is my guy, Jeff Johnson. And Jeff, I'm giving you the honors. You know what time it is.
Yes, it is time when the duo becomes a trio.
That's right. You know what it is. The one and only John Wallace joining us on set today. How you doing, J-Dub?
I'm doing good, man. It's the only time in my life I don't mind being the third wheel.
Hey, I like that. I like that. You're never a third wheel on this show. It's just, it's a tricycle. It's a
Right.
No doubt.
We got a lot to talk about, man. Knicks
No doubt.
a big signing.
I'm excited.
Jalen Brunson, 4 years, $104 million, point guard for the Dallas Mavericks, comes in after an electric playoff series. The Knicks had a need at point guard. They addressed the need at point guard. Talk to me about Jalen Brunson.
Well, first of all, Jalen played big when the team needed him to play big the most, when Doncic was out, especially in the playoffs. And that's what it's really all about. But I'm not going to really talk too much about Jalen tonight. What I really want to talk about is his father, because there's this notion out there that Rick only got hired because his son was going to possibly come to the team. That's really disrespecting his work ethic. That's disrespecting how he cut himself in the league in terms of being he had a one-year contract like every year of his career. I know that because I've known him since he's 14 years old. We're personal friends, AAU teammates. And this notion that he only got a job because that his son was going to try to, that we were trying to sign Jalen makes no sense. He coached with Tibbs in Chicago, very successful. He coached with Tibbs in Minnesota, very successful. So, I mean, it's only right that you bring him back onto the coaching staff because he had a successful time with Rick on the coaching staff. So that notion that, you know, he's only on the team or they brought him back because that really disrespects the work that Rick put in to become a NBA coach, because we all know it's really hard to be an NBA coach.
Of course, and it's also very hard to run a team too. I don't think they're just handing out jobs. You know what I mean? Just like that. Like, I think it's a little bit more than that goes into it.
Absolutely. So I didn't want to go off on a tangent, but I just want to, because no one's really talking about that, and I know that in some regards, it's really got to make Rick feel disrespected because he knows he's earned his right to be an NBA coach way before Jalen was even in the NBA.
All right, well, you know, tangents are cool over here because we like Google Maps, so we'll adjust the road and we'll get back to where we need to go.
No doubt.
Now, I know you said you didn't want to, you excited for Brunson, you didn't really want to talk to him, but talk about him. But what's best when you're in the league, I would assume, is when your peers give you that respect over anybody else. And some of the young NBA stars, among hearing the news that Jalen was hitting the free agent, they showered him with praise. And I think this is something that if I was a player, this is the type of thing that I would tap into and say, now I know I'm doing something right. Now I know my game is real. You got Desmond Bane, John Morant, Mikal Bridges saying, like, y'all must not know about his game. Especially Morant and Bane, because they go off on Twitter. They let people know how they feel. So they also show love, too. So how do you feel about that and getting respect from your peers?
Well, that's why you play the game. That's really what it's all about. Even if the media writes bad things about you or whatever, if your peers respect you and they respect the game that you have, especially John Morant, because John Morant's actually going against Jalen Brunson. They're in the matchup. They're two point guards going at each other. When a point guard gives you respect, you know he got game. And we know he got game. And I'm just happy that he's a New York Knick. I'm looking forward because I know the work he's been putting in. I just can't wait. I'm excited about New York Knick basketball, baby. We got some of the pieces we needed to get. And I'm looking forward to it. You know, with Jalen and RJ in the backcourt, that's a very formidable backcourt. RJ averaging 20 points a game last year, played really, really good down the stretch. You know, I know he's working hard this summer. Those two are going to, you know, make a incredible backcourt, I feel like, and I'm just looking forward to the season starting up.
You know, this is the Dat Boy Nice meme come to life, right? Like, there's people looking on this side sad, like analytics, and the other side,
got that dog in him.
If John Morant says this dude is nice, I'm pretty sure this dude is nice. But this is the first time I can remember in a long time the Knicks have 3 20-point scorers in their starting lineup between Randall, Barrett, and Jalen Brunson. So let's just talk about just how it fits with that backcourt of RJ and Jalen Brunson. 2 lefties, 2 young guys entering the prime of their careers. How do you see them on the court fitting together?
I can see Tibbs right now. He's down in the basement coming up with some new equations, some new schematics that he's working on to fit those, you know, to take advantage of all those left-handed players that we have that can be ball-dominant players at times. But I think he's going to put the ball in Jalen's hand a little bit and just trust him because he's a good decision maker. Great assist turnover ratio since he's been in the NBA. I don't expect that to change once he comes to New York. So I think he's going to let him make a little bit more decisions. Take the onus off of Randall having to score or make decisions, be the playmaker. Just let Randall be more of a scorer and let Jalen and RJ do more of the playmaking, I think.
I like that.
Well, the Knicks were active since 6 p.m. on Thursday in free agency. They brought Isaiah Hartenstein from the Clippers to the Knicks. What do you feel about his fit in his game?
Well, I love his game. Big man, can shoot it. Very cerebral. You can play through him a little bit. Really good passer. Gives us a little bit something that we didn't have at the 5. So that makes Mitchell even more expendable in terms of if he gets in foul trouble, he bring him in immediately. I love that we signed Mitchell to the 6-year, $60 million contract for over 4 years. Just need Mitchell to stay healthy. That's the only thing you kind of say bad about Mitchell. He hasn't been available as much as we would like for him to be playing. But when he's in there, he's very effective. And hopefully he's got all those injury woes behind him, and he's looking forward to coming out and playing good this year.
You know, J-Dub, Tyronn Lue is a heck of a coach.
That's my boy.
The Clippers sent Serge Ibaka packing in lieu of Isaiah Hartenstein. So the fact that they got him on the Knicks is very impressive, and we'll love to see how he's going to do this year. But speaking of Mitchell Robinson, he just re-signed with the New York Knicks, 4 years, $60 million. He's not going anywhere. The curse is over.
Right.
The Knicks re-signed.
Charlie Ward can rest well in Florida, wherever he is. He can rest well. We broke the curse, Charlie. It's all right. We on the right way.
Let's talk about Mitchell Robinson. You said you'd love to see him just stay out of foul trouble, stay healthy. But when he's on the court, what can you see him doing to really take this Knicks team to the next level on the court, elevating his game?
He can really disrupt the team's offense. He really can clog the paint. Whether he's blocking shots, he's definitely altering shots, which still results in a miss and sometimes starting a fast break. But we need him to just stay in the game as much as possible in terms of foul trouble, in terms of injuries, so the Knicks can get some continuity going, get a cohesive unit out there every game, night in, night out. So Tibbs can plan accordingly, because when players are in and out of lineup, it's hard to get the game plan together every single night. It's changing, players are changing, rotations are changing. So if we can just get to the point where you got the same group of guys that are kind of ready every night, that's when you can really start making the strides you need to make to get towards the playoffs and get in the championship.